support can help you quit for good. From our app to emails, face-to-face support and online communities. Search Smoke Free. Better health. Let's do this.
If you're a DJ, presenter or a broadcaster and interested in joining us, please go to our website, extradio.co.uk.
This is EXT Radio. EXT.
I'm Asanda London. This is our last Daring Deeply session before I go on my training tour to South Africa, which everyone's very excited about. I'm really excited about. So yeah, we're going to be left in really, really trusted hands, because each month there's going to be a residency of a different local DJ here that's going to be hosting and presenting the Daring Deeply show. They'll have their own guests that come in. So for the first month, for June, we have Tekama, who is a fantastic DJ. I'm just so excited for you to be able to enjoy his sets and his style, and then we'll have a different host for July, and then a different host for August, which I'll announce on the Daring Deeply Instagram page. But yeah, you'll be seeing them here on Daring Deeply. So it's all been looked after, it's all been sorted. Thank you to the team at EXT for being so on hand, and for Sizzler, whose birthday we celebrated yesterday, who is going to be also on hand and helping out. I really appreciate everyone for making this happen. So let's get into it. This one is called It Must Be Them by Puzzle Deep SA. Beautiful. I don't really get the chance to play this one out and about because it's got a really slow, like I'm already going a bit too high of a BPM by the time I want to bring this in. I'm not quite there yet. As good as I'm getting. Okay, let's go. Alright, this one's called It Must Be Them by Puzzle Deep SA. Enjoy.
His biggest power is probably deception, getting you to believe.
Amaphupho jabulisa umndeni ngempumelelo wakhe ikhaya ligcwale ngemfudumalo yaze yajabulisa imizwa ya isifiso sami pheza amaphupho jabulisa umndeni ngempumelelo wakhe ikhaya ligcwale ngemfudumalo yajabulisa imizwa ya kwashuma ayihlale phasi bamba umthetho sesifikile thina siletha umlilo asikhathale endleleni sidela impilo laze lashonila thina sesithimi ayihlale phasi bamba umthetho sesifikile thina siletha umlilo asikhathale endleleni sidela impilo laze lashonila thina sesithimi
Timon. So this track hit a nerve. Why do you feel like crying? And it's actually Africa Day in southern countries of the continent. So yeah, maybe you miss home. You're right, maybe you do miss home. This one's called Amapupo by DJ Expo SA. It's going to be coming out on the 30th, a couple of days, next week, on Inkanyezi Yodumo, the project. So enjoy. Amapupo, DJ Expo SA.
Isifiso sami feza amaphupho jabulisa umndeni ngempumelelo wakheka ikhaya ligcwale ngemfudumalo yaze yajabulisa imizwa ya isifiso sami feza amaphupho jabulisa umndeni ngempumelelo wakheka ikhaya ligcwale ngemfudumalo yaze yajabulisa imizwa ya kwashuma ayihlale phasi bamba umthetho sesifikile thina siletha umlilo asikhathale endleleni silela impilo laze lashonila thina sesidimi ayihlale phasi bamba umthetho sesifikile thina siletha umlilo asikhathale endleleni silela impilo laze lashonila thina sesidimi
I'm in one of those moods, right? I don't have my serious shades on today, but I am in one of those moods where I just want to play. I want to play the tracks I have loved for a long time. So they're not necessarily the ones fresh from my playlist, although I do have some exclusives I want to play for you today. I'm feeling mostly in a let me just really play for myself type mood today. So I hope you enjoy. This is Benoni, of course, by Soulful Guru and Huncho V. But yeah, I hope we have a great rest of session today before I welcome on the guest. M.Patrick's in the house. M.Patrick! I'm excited. All right, enjoy. Lone Wolf. I've played this song so many times. I don't know if I played it on the show already, but Lone Wolf by MK Clive. This track will always have my heart. can never say this producer's name. I'm gonna give it a shot and then spell it out for you. Koptgiesa. 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 This is called Her Voice. Right, this one's Beats for You by Lazy K SA and Aeon. Beats for You by Lazy K SA and Aeon.
My heart beats for you.
moment, it's a slow process really, and you get better, but you don't realise you're getting better, or your sound's getting better. And sometimes I can just be blocked. Like the ideas aren't coming, I'm not creative, or I'm like falling back on the same things that I always do. And that can be really frustrating. And the challenge really is to be less hard on yourself. One of the biggest tips I can give any, like upcoming producer is just finish something. Because a lot of producers don't finish anything. It takes them such a long time, or they always get to the same place where they're stuck, and then they bench that one, start something else. You can even have time away from the studio and then come back and then create something, and then you actually, it sounds better than anything else that you've done, and even having some time away from the studio is beneficial.
Wow. Mind Block on Rodney S.A.'s latest project that's going to be coming out next week. Brilliant. Brilliant album. Mind Block by Rodney S.A. Enjoy. That one was Mind Block by Rodney Essay. This one is When I Wonder, main mix, also on Rodney Essay's latest album that's coming out next week. Today we have M.Patrick in the house. I'm Tulisima. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, will you set up here?
Yes.
Right. Sharp. How exciting.
How's everybody doing?
Hopefully
Hope
they're
you're
doing
locked
well.
in. Indeed. You know what I'm saying? It's hot in here.
It's so hot in the studio, yeah. Okay, so I'll just let this track kind of play in the
So
background
good.
whilst we're talking.
So good. Yeah.
And we'll get into your journey a little bit. It'd be cool to chat. All things M.Patrick, all things pm.mp.
Yeah.
Just all the brilliant stuff that you're sort of up to. It'd be great to hear.
What I've been
Great
up
to
to
hear about-
and the journey and everything, yeah?
Let's start from the beginning.
Okay.
In the beginning.
In the beginning. In the beginning. In the
That's
beginning.
It's so funny. All right, so in the beginning,
Uh-huh.
how did it... What?
How did it start?
Yeah.
It started with a 12-year-old boy having a dream of being a singer superstar.
Right.
I used to sing.
Okay.
I loved singing.
Vocalist.
Vocalist, yeah. Like I used to sing. I was in the back home in Zimbabwe. I was a.
I didn't realize you were Zimbabwean.
I am.
That's amazing.
I am. Yeah.
So you speak
I speak Ndebele. I speak Shona. I speak Kalanga.
Wow.
I speak a bit of Sotho, Tswana.
Oh, okay, nice.
Nyanja. Like I'm
yeah.
fully Zimbabwean.
Southern-
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah,
nice.
100%. Even Southern African, because obviously being able to speak Ndebele, that means I can.
Yeah. You can,
Zulu,
Zulu
also in them, like, you know, so
Nice.
100%. But yeah, so that's where it started. Like, I had this dream. I used to love singing. At the time, I think my biggest inspiration was Michael Bolton. Like, I used to love soul music. Like, I still love it still. And then I was like, you know, cool. But where do I go with this? And then my parents weren't or my mom rather, wasn't very encouraging with the whole music thing. She was like, no. You can't do that. You can't do that.
Artistic, creative careers.
Yeah, exactly. Like, no. Especially back then.
Yeah,
like,
it's not many
no,
role models.
you need to focus on your education, focus on this. And I was like, you know, fair enough. I mean, I wasn't the brightest kid in school. You know what I mean?
Right.
I did okay. But music.
Yeah. There's a
Music.
difference between academic, like, learning
Yeah.
and being able to creatively really
100%.
make things happen.
100%.
So,
And then I think I just carried on with that. Try to focus on school. And then, I guess it's going to tell my age now. In 1994, a friend of mine took me to a guy who had a disco machine, like a PA, or we called it disco machine back then. And that's where I
Disco
felt,
machine.
yeah, like PA system. He had decks.
Okay.
So we didn't have these.
Yeah.
We had cassettes.
Yeah, okay. Actual cassettes. are
Actual
going-
cassettes.
yeah, all right.
TDK, 60s, TDK, 90s, and the other brand, I think it was JVC as well. So I learned to play DJ
Yeah.
on cassettes
That's
and
crazy.
CD. Like, you know, like a DVD player?
Yeah.
Yeah, CD player. There was no pitch control.
Right.
No. You had to know your music.
Yeah.
And that's and so that was in 1994. I learned, and I was
So
like,
it doesn't even tell you what BPM it's running at.
no, it doesn't. It doesn't. You had to know your music.
Madness.
Yeah. So and was a lot of, I think that's where I learned jack mixing as well. So jack mixing is like in you,
Okay.
and you know, I'm sorry for those who are listening and not watching. I'm actually moving my hands up and down. But yeah, so that's where I learned. Then what happened then? And then 96, I had my first official Tulisi. Also, they used to call me DJ M2 back then.
Nice.
Yeah, so I had my first official DJ M2 event, 1st of June, 1996.
Wow, you
I'll
remember the
never
date.
forget that. I'll
Wow.
never forget that. Yeah.
Where was it in?
It was actually at a high school, a girls' high school. My
Back
aunt
home?
back home, yeah. Yeah, my aunt, she was the superintendent, and she was like, "Hey, you know, we're hosting an event. Do you want to come through?" I was like, "Sure." And then I rounded up my friends. So
You took all the gear there with you?
all
or-
the gear. So
yeah.
the guy who I was
With
introduced to
the
in '94,
disco system. Yeah.
Yep.
He brought the disco
brought
system.
the disco system.
The tapes are going
brought
in.
the tapes going in CDs, and at that time he was the one who had all the brand new music.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
So
yeah,
Kwaito was at
Right, yeah. So this is your background,
Yeah,
really. You started there, right?
That's where I started.
Yeah.
Right. So initially I was like R&B and hip hop. So that was initially like where I was like, yeah, this is what I'm gonna do. And then I heard Kwaito. that changed everything. I swear that changed everything. And then
Does Kwaito to you feel like the hip hop, the Africa's hip hop version?
Yeah.
If it wasn't going to be influenced by the States, Kwaito would be that kind of expression, the lyrically, the kind of flow.
Yep, the kind of flow, the express. Because so the early Kwaito, in fact, even now when the guys that do the Kwaito, but the early Kwaito was like America's hip hop.
Yeah.
How they expressed
hip-hop, yeah.
the struggle
Right.
and even like the joy in the music and that kind of thing. So I would say before SA hip hop or before I would say before SA hip hop, definitely Kwaito was.
Wow.
Yeah,
Super cool.
and that's where that's what I say to people. That's where I made my name, like
Yeah.
from Kwaito.
Yeah.
You know
yeah.
what I mean?
Do you still play Kwaito though?
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Like if I get the opportunity, I'll rock it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we know you from the deep house world. We know you from kind of the production of,
Yeah.
of deep house, but I know that you're kind of anti-pigeonholing. You're more like I'm
100%.
multi-genre DJ.
I'm multi-genre.
Which is cool because that's kind of I'm learning that more and more as I speak to you actually.
Yeah. I mean,
So go ahead. What you gonna say?
like Kwaito. Now and again, I'll do an R&B and hip hop set.
Okay. Yeah.
Like old school 90s, early 2000s. And my friends will tell you, like, we're surprised Tulisi actually jumped on the house thing because they thought I would.
So that's my next question.
Yeah.
Actually leads me on really nicely. When did the house actually touch you in the way that you actually started to kind of play around with it?
So the house. So before being a DJ and everything, I was obviously used to listen to all sorts of music, and back home again in Zimbabwe we had like TV shows. I think it was called Sounds on Saturday, and they always used to play like all the American stuff. But there was one particular song that touched me back then. It was called Hard Sometimes by Frankie Knuckles.
Okay.
And yeah, that touched me, and I was like, okay, cool, this is beautiful music. And then there was 10 City, Big Fun, and all like the 80s, 90s house stuff, and I was like, cool. And then I think it was when I heard Boom Shaka's Makwere Kwere. Okay. So Boom Shaka is a Kwaito group.
All right.
So their first album had a track called Makwere, and Makwere is like foreigner. Like it's a derogatory.
Like Mlungu in SA is like
exactly.
similar. Okay.
Yeah. So Uli Kwere Kwere, like you're a foreigner, and
Okay.
you know they looked at it. So they did a track, and to me that was house music.
All right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And when I heard that, I was like, yo, this is beautiful.
The progression and how it's building.
Exactly.
To
You know
take
what I
on
mean?
that journey.
Yeah, exactly. And then I thought, maybe I could do this. And then my friends started saying to me, oh, have you heard Fresh House Flavor, DJ Fresh's compilations? And I thought, no, I haven't. And I started listening to that stuff.
Okay.
And then I started listening to Vinny.
Right.
Already I was listening to stuff from Mosquito and that kind of thing. And then from there on. So I think maybe, let's say about 98, 99. That's where it took off for me.
And then, so now you're in the kind of house space at this time. You're like soaking it all in. You're like, okay, I think I want to kind of DJ this music.
Yep.
When does the production come in?
The production is a I want to say it's a new baby.
Really?
Yeah. So I think even before the listening to the Mosquitoes and that kind of thing, you know what I mean? It was essentially that. I was just a DJ. I love DJ, and then I had the opportunity to start managing artists, you know what I mean? So I kind of veered away from the DJing, focused on managing artists. I kind of went away from the house scene a little bit until 2007.
Oh, right, okay.
When I
So
met
you come back.
I met a girl called Oluhle.
Okay.
And DJ Kunis from South Africa. That's what brought me back into the house scene, because I was like the A&R manager and helped them put together a song which became like a big hit in 2009. When we go to my top 12.
Yeah.
definitely gonna rock that one because
Okay,
again,
awesome. Yeah,
the story
can't wait.
behind that. And then just working with different artists, producers, seeing how they do stuff, and then I think it was about 2018 is when I decided, you know what, why not?
Okay.
Like, why not be an artist myself? I was getting a lot of encouragement from my artists, the guys that I manage, the producers, and they're like, yo, like, they call me Timer, you know, like, yo, Timer, like, how's about we do this with you? And I was like, oh, sure, let's experiment. And then that's where it took off. So now what I do is if I have an idea, I'd be like, yo, and I have to decide which one of my guys will get the idea. So if I want an Afro thing, I know I can go to Murphy Cubic.
Okay.
If I want a deep house thing, I go to DC. If I want private school, I go K-Soul. You know, like I have a team around me and we've made it work.
That's really nice.
Yeah, 100%.
So beautiful. I think that's the you're kind of explaining the journey so far, and I guess I've got two more questions for you.
Yeah.
They more look at like what you're experiencing in terms of the changes that have happened since piano has come into the scene and taken its rise. You know, we had Sizwe on the show last week who was speaking about, you know, piano is not the only genre that SA has put SA on the map, although kind of it in a way it is
in
terms
of
the commercial global
recognition and
recognition. So I suppose I'm interested in your take on what it looks like to be someone who still loves house, someone who still wants to play house in a increasingly let's say what's that word where something is really oversaturated.
In a world where Amapiano's got the industry on a chokehold.
Right. Say it how it is.
Exactly, yeah.
Right.
I mean, I've always believed in carving my own path. When everybody goes that way, I've always gone that way. And
What's your star sign, Ntalisi?
Taurus. I'm stubborn.
Because I have that. I'm Aquarius, and we're known for that. We're known for being like unconventional.
Yeah, nah. I mean, when Amapiano took off, I was like, cool. So the crazy thing is, right? In 2016, and I'm saying 2016 because I'm looking at I'm trying to envision one of my mixes on YouTube. Okay. I was playing Amapiano then.
Right. Yeah. Which is like before it's hit.
Before it took off.
Yeah.
And it was very instrumental driven. It was very
private school type.
Even like, I'll say private school type, but even the private school now has elements of sort of deep house and that kind of thing.
True.
But back then, man, like, I'm trying to remember MFR Souls. They had this track. I'm sure it's them anyways. They had this. I can't believe you're a dream coming true. Track. I think the track is called Fallen, but they had an instrumental version of that.
I think I know which one.
That for me, and then obviously. There we go. That very one.
I know.
And then I was like, okay, cool. And then obviously Amapiano transitioned. Kokota Piano came in. Then your Kamudis and that kind of thing. You know, like the early guys. And then I was like, okay, cool, but it's not me.
Okay, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
It's not calling you in the same way.
It wasn't that. I'd get booked for events and people were like, oh, can you come and play? Can you play my piano? I'm like, no, that's not me really.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
So will you say, can I still play deep house? Or can I play another genre?
I mean, I got to a point where I'd specifically say, I don't play on my piano.
Yeah.
And I put it in my contract.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Or I don't play this particular genre.
All right.
So if you book me, you're booking me because you want me specifically for this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
For what feels true to me.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? Like, it's all well and good. Yeah, cool. We could do this for the money and da-da-da-da. But at the end of the day, when I go back and put my head down, am I happy?
Yeah, that's right. It's integrity, right?
Yeah.
We can still afford to show up as our full selves and do the artistry that feels most true to us.
Yeah.
And still be part of these scenes.
Yeah,
you know,
100%.
because you're based up north in
I am.
Sheffield,
In
right?
Leeds, yeah.
So you're coming in when you have to come to London. It's kind of a train and then
exactly.
somewhere to stay. Yeah, it's
and
a lot.
plus, I think people have come to understand, like, when they book me or when they book PM.MP, their expectation is we're coming in to do private school or deep house, and that's it.
Yeah, that's it.
You You know what I
And
mean?
in Sheffield and Leeds, there's a really bustling community over
There
there
is.
of deep house.
There
They've
is,
got
there is.
Joshua and-
Where you met Joshua?
I haven't met him, but we are connected
You connect
online. Yeah,
100%. So that's our brother. You know what I mean? Like
So sweet.
we met him through DJ Sizzler,
Yeah.
and he's very much deep house. Like he's very much soulful house, and we were glad and happy because like Phil and I kept saying, where can we find like-minded people who, without prejudice or anything, will just allow us to express ourselves.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And this is Phil Morgan.
Phil
from
Morgan, yeah.
PM.mp.
PM.mp. Yeah. And I think having met Joshua, then the birth of Music is the Drug.
Okay, yeah.
That's when it
Which is
started
the
last
curation,
year.
The kind of night
Exactly.
that you
Yeah.
guys ran.
Yeah.
Nice.
You know. So and yeah, that's. So I'm very. I love African music. I love how the piano guys have taken things to the world. I will say as well. So I remember in 1999, CNN did a cover on Kwaito.
Okay.
Right? So, yes, I'm a Piano gave it global, but trust that Kwaito was already known globally, being that it was the post-apartheid
Right.
movement
Yeah,
for the youth of South Africa.
Right.
So they did a whole thing about it, and it was spoken about. Oh, and I say it's unfortunate that those guys at that time didn't get to see that, or they saw it but didn't seize the opportunity.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
But hey, you know, it is what it is. You know, they learned from that, and some of them are eating from that now.
This is it. Potentially, you know, we wouldn't have had the kind of legwork that piano's been able to ride off of. We wouldn't have, maybe it might not have reached this level.
Yeah.
I mean, there's still so far to go.
Mhm.
But without that kind of groundwork being laid by
Being
the
laid-
Kwaito guys,
exactly.
by the house guys.
Yeah,
I-
exactly,
I
exactly.
hear what you're saying.
You know, so yeah.
Amazing. And so then Phil Morgan, talk to us. How did this duo happen? PM.mp.
Phil Morgan, wow. Phil Morgan's been my friend, I'd say maybe 20 years, maybe. 20 years? Yeah, I'd say 20 years. I can't even remember now. But, so, Phil used to be a dancer.
Oh, nice. Wow.
He's gonna hate me for this one, but Phil used to be a dancer. He was so he danced for Mendoza. You know Mendoza, Kwaito artist,
okay.
The late Mendoza. So he when they came to perform in the UK, he was one of the dancers.
Oh my God.
So he was what they say ipantsula.
Oh, wow.
You know what I mean? Yeah, he used to get down.
He dances pantsula.
He used
Even
to.
now?
Well, I mean, he's a bit
Less
chubby now, so less. But him and his cousin Anele, Anele is based in Manchester. They were the.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so you know, see like how we see nowadays, dancers are. What's the word, like social influencers and that kind of thing. We didn't have that back then.
Yeah.
So you just saw them and you were just wowed by them. But then we met, I think, through a mutual friend. Discovered we both had a passion for house music.
Nice.
We just became friends. I mean, before even the music, we just became friends. You know, I started attending family events. Called him to
sweet.
my house.
Yeah.
Obviously, he was learning to DJ at the time as well. And yeah, I'd like to think that I've helped him. In fact, when we were in South Africa, he sent me a message, says, "Dude, I hate you." And I'm like, "Hate me?" And that's because when we were out in South Africa, and this is the second year running, we've been holding music camps.
Okay, cool.
So we like call in producers, songwriters, singers, and get them to like, you know, go into studio and work on something. And then we look how best to get it out for
Yeah.
them as well. And fortunately, I suppose I've been fortunate enough to work with like some, if I can say, big name people or big name industry people, Universal, Sony, and that kind of thing. And I've been able to tap into their mindsets and that kind of thing, and taking that information and being able to give it.
Like a bridge.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because sometimes
Save it forward.
yeah, you know, because I think the establishments, they're in for the money, to be honest. I think they're not going to like me for this. And I already know that a lot of you don't like me, but hey, ho, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I'm for the guy on the street. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I want the youth to excel, which is why part of my history as well goes back to 2007. And my phone keeps going off. Oh, these are videos from last night. Okay, cool.
Oh, yeah. We had a fun evening.
We did. Oh, yeah, we did. You're set.
No,
Yo-
thank you.
You all need to understand this, right? Like, I've said to Sizwe, I'm going to say to Asanda right now, if I retired from the deep house scene, I'd be okay.
The kids are alright.
Because I think the kids are okay. You know what I'm saying? Asanda, Loki,
Yeah,
Sizwe, like the guys that I've heard. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then you've got Joshua and those
And
guys
then Josh,
up now.
there we
Yeah.
go. You know what I'm saying?
And SA, like there's so much talent right now. Hungry talent, fresh talent. That's.
I tell you,
Yeah.
SA, you going right
I go on Thursday.
on Thursday.
Yeah.
When you come back in 3 months, is it? You'll have a story to tell. Trust me, like
Hopefully through the music and
Of-
through
of
my
course,
yeah,
100%.
the
Like,
expertise that I gain.
just embrace it. Just love it. You know what I'm saying? Like again, like I said, obviously yesterday, and I'll say it again. Like anything that if you want connects, if you want to perform anything,
Yeah.
just let me know.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
I've already spoken to a few guys anyway, so let them know that you're going to be
Awesome,
in
yeah.
SA, and they're like, cool. You know, they'll happily link you up and do that
Thank
kind of
you.
thing.
That's
But
really
yeah,
sweet. I think for me, the 3 months that I mean, I've sort of shared a bit about it, but I'm calling it a training tour deliberately in that I'm really just positioning myself out there because I knew at some point I needed to go and soak it in
yep.
at the source.
Yep.
And so if it wasn't now, it'd just be delayed by 6 months or, so I was like, okay, it's a privilege that I'm able to go, that I'm, not working like full time. So I'm
Yeah.
able to, like, it's such a privilege. But then the main reason, the thing that's calling me out there is really just to soak it in. So
Yeah.
whether or not I'm blessed to be playing out there, which I will obviously learn a lot from.
100%.
But for the most part, I just want to be like right at the front of the decks
Of the deck-
when
when-
these guys are playing here, so that I
100%.
can just like really
Soak
pick
it in.
up. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. It's
So
an amazing feeling, and you know what? Sad to say this, but I wish early on the Amapiano DJs here in the UK actually went to South Africa and experienced the real,
I see what you're
the
saying.
realness.
Yeah,
You understand?
Yeah.
Then that way, when they play out here,
The
they don't-
diaspora is more authentic.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They would understand. Like from how it should sound, from the BPM, from everything, from even how you mix the music.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
The kind of cultural integrity of
Exactly.
what piano on the ground has been like.
I think if they had the opportunity to go out there and experience, not to go out there and play, like you're saying, obviously you want to soak it in. Go out there, soak it in. Go to Soweto, go to Soshanguve, go to Fosloros, go like wherever Amapiano is, go there and experience it. Once you've got that, trust me, like there's no going back after that.
Yeah, it kind of builds a home inside
100%.
you. Yeah, I know what you mean.
And which is what for me, this is what it did with the Deep House.
Yeah.
I went out there, I experienced it. So away from the A&R, away from speaking to your Universals and
removed from it, yeah.
like I went there and I soaked it in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
It
yeah,
captures your heart.
100%, 100%.
Okay, so I have one more question for you before we get
Okay.
into your top 12. See how many we get through. We've got
Yeah.
50 minutes.
Cool.
Okay.
Cool.
So I suppose do feel free to load up your USB. The question that I ask everyone that comes on the show is, what is one set that you experienced that changed you for good, in that you left and you're a different man?
You mean DJ set?
You can take it however you interpret the question, but I tend to mean, a set that either you've watched online or you've been physically present there, or you've any.
So, okay, okay, so I must say, can it just be one?
Yeah, you can elaborate.
Okay, so I'm gonna say three.
All right.
First one was when I was invited to play at a 50th birthday party back home. So I was 19, and my mentor at the time, he was an old school DJ.
Okay.
And then he went off and left me.
All right.
So I'll put it this way: he was hired to play,
All right.
right? So I just tagged along,
Okay.
and then he left.
All right.
So now there's no DJ,
Okay.
and I'm the DJ.
All right. Okay.
And then I thought, well, I mean, I know the music he plays, so I might as well play.
Yeah.
And then I played. Little did I know that one of the songs that I played at the time was the birthday person's favorite song.
No.
So I'm just playing along, and then this man stood next to me, so I turned and I looked, and he was crying.
Oh.
And I thought, what have I done?
Wow.
Anyway, I carried on playing, and then he came when I'd stopped, and he's like, you moved me.
Wow.
Like, you really
Yeah.
touched my soul today.
Oh.
And I thought,
That's the
wow,
job. That's
yeah,
the job of a
you know what I
DJ,
mean?
right? Yeah.
And that's when I had the conversation with my mentor at the time, Dinksman Benner, may you rest in peace. And he says, remember when I've always said to you that the job of a DJ is to teach and to touch a soul?
Yeah.
That was your
Get
work.
people to feel. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean,
Wow.
so that was the first time I thought, wow, okay, so I can actually do this. Second time, and the two times, was with Oskido.
Okay. Nice.
So, Oskido comes to the United Kingdom, and I'm not booked to play at this event. The promoter, I'm going to say, he didn't like me at all, but I turned up anyways, and I was begging him to play. Like, please, can I play? And they were like, okay, we'll put you on like at the end.
All right.
Yeah, fair enough. Oskido plays, and he rocked it. He was, whoa. So I then jump on. Obviously, Oskido's playing house music at this point. Like, some of the banging. I remember he actually introduced a song called Gorilla, which is by his brother, DJ Pepsi. And we were vibing, and then I went on. Now, how do you follow?
Yeah.
Like how do you do that? So I thought, you know what? I can play Kwaito.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
So I rock Kwaito. The first song I played, I think, was Mafigizolo Ndihamba Nawe.
Okay, nice.
And guess what happens?
What?
Oskido comes and says, let's play back to back.
Okay, nice.
I'm thinking,
He's recognized,
yeah.
like, this is going to be fun.
yeah. So I'm like, okay, cool. So we're playing, and he rocks in the next Kwaito song. I'm like, wow.
Wow.
How do I, like...
How am I going to follow that?
Yeah, and this point I'm starstruck as well, because, I mean, I've
Yeah.
known him, like, we speak and everything, but I was like, what do I do next? So I think, you know what, best thing for me is I'm going to make him stop playing, because he loves the mic.
Okay.
So every song I played featured him on the vocal.
Oh, right.
So I had him stop playing, so I was DJing, and he was...
Oh, wow. On the vocals.
That for me,
Oh, man.
highlight.
Epic.
that for me,
Amazing.
like, and that's where I realized, you know what, like, nothing should ever phase you. Always just try and think outside the box. You know what I mean? Then the third time was Oskido was playing at SE1, and he called me out of the crowd because he just had a brand new track with Mr. V.
Okay, nice.
This is the way we move it. This is the way we do it in South Africa. And Mr. V was on the vocal, and he calls me and he says, take a listen to the song. I'm going to play it now, and tell me what you think.
Okay.
I'm thinking, you want my opinion? Like Oskido, legendary, you
Yeah,
know what I mean?
yeah.
And that for me, like, that moved me. And I think that's, if I can say, like, the highlights of my journey
Yeah, nice.
that pop out straight away will be those three.
Oh, awesome. So wonderful. Thank you so much. Let's get into your top 12 tracks.
Top 12
Yeah,
tracks,
I'm
oh.
excited. You can feel free to mix them in, or
Okay.
you can bring it down and we talk about it, or
Yep.
you can do 3 at a time,
Okay.
however suits you. But yeah, this is your show now, so enjoy it.
Okay, so earlier on, I spoke about which time are we playing? We're playing that one, right? Okay.
This one.
Earlier on, I spoke about a track that I heard back in the early '90s. It was called "Hard Sometimes" by Frankie Knuckles. So I figured, you know what? Why not start with that first of all? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So this one is just basically one of those songs that that's an encouraging song. You know what I'm saying? Like, if whatever you've been going through in life, it may be heartbreak, it may be something else, whatever it is, we understand that it can be hard sometimes, but just look up, reach out to somebody, and I guess, as the song says, everything's going to be all right.
It ain't easy being you, struggling every day, searching for the truth. I know it's hard sometimes trying to find a friend, someone you can trust who will be there in the end. Oh, but searching for the truth. I know it's hard sometimes trying to be for real with someone you can trust who understands just how you feel. Oh, but you must keep on, keep on, keeping on. One day you will find someone who will be kind. From that moment on, all things will be made new. All the love you give will find its way to you. 'Cause I know it's hard sometimes. Keep on keeping on. Struggling every day, it ain't easy. I know it's hard sometimes. Keep on keeping on. Trying to find a friend just ain't easy. I know it's hard sometimes. Keep on keeping on. Oh, it's hard sometimes. Keep on keeping on. Oh, it's hard sometimes.
So yes, indeed, that one, Frankie Knuckles, It's Hard Sometimes, really holds a special place in my heart, you know what I'm saying? So that's my early introduction to house music, you know what I'm saying? Like I said earlier, and yeah, it's certainly kept its place in my heart. As I'm saying, like my top 12 tracks, I guess. But yeah, so shout out MQ the Godson. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. So I also spoke about a young lady I worked with. Her name is Oluhle. So we're looking 2008, 2009, thereabouts. And we put together a song called Fugamao Namate with DJ Cunis, who is I believe the CEO of Amapiano, the Amapiano Awards currently. He's done a lot of work in the music industry, front and back. But yeah, so this one is called Fugamao Namate. Back in the day when it was fashionable to play house music at 123 BPM. This was a banger at the weddings. Very gospel track. Basically says kneel down and pray. Sung in Shona and Ndebele. Fugamao Namate. Kuka utandaze.
Say
Why can't we be by ourselves sometime? See, I've been having this on my mind for a long time. I just want it to be you and me like it used to be, baby. But you don't know how to act. So matter of fact, I think you better call Tyrone. Call him and tell him, come on, help you get your shit. Come on, you need to call Tyrone. Call him and tell him, come on. Yeah. Now every time I ask you for a little cash, you say no, then turn right around and ask me for some ass. Oh, hold up, listen, partner, I ain't no shit real. 'Cause Westbrook is always coming for real. You know the deal, nigga. Every time we go somewhere, I gotta reach down in my purse to pay your way and your homeboy's way, and sometimes your cousin's way.
So no doubt.
Don't have
Those that know,
buzz, try to
Juke Soul, and may his soul rest in peace.
tell you the truth.
Gone way too soon, you know what I'm saying?
I think
So this is what it is, right?
all time.
And some people might not like what I have to say, but Juke Soul actually created Amapiano.
Come on,
So when you listen to his sounds, his original sounds, you know
call
the private school sounds. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Exactly.
Hold up.
So like it or not, that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? But I personally played this one because it also carried a special place in my journey in playing the music. And Juke Soul was like at the top, cream of the crop. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I had to pick one. Definitely. Yeah, that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? Then the next one is a track called First to Say Goodbye. So a lot of people would have heard different versions of the First to Say Goodbye, originally by Gladys Knight. But I remember years ago a guy called DJ Mix. And when doing remixes was a thing, he did, I think it was 4 or 5 different remixes of the same song. So it was, he did a DJ Manu style, DJ Rocco style, Kulo de Song style of this particular song. And I remember trying to help him get the rights for the Gladys Knight vocal so he could release it. Unfortunately, we weren't able to do it at the time, but he was then fortunately able to, I think he released under Tribe Records later on, but somebody else was singing it. So this one is called First to Say Goodbye, and it's the DJ Mix remix. So, like, it was really hard to pick top top 10 tracks, you know what I'm saying? Because there's so much music that's been an influence to my journey, you know what I'm saying? But I just had to go to the era that I believe helped me carve my way into SA, into the house music scene, you know what I'm saying? So 2008, when we created Africa's Calling, radio show, podcast, that became the hub for all things Afro house, you know what I'm saying? All things Afro deep, where we paved the way for artists like Dark, DJ Bullet. Remember Shimza was a guest on the show as well. Like some of the guys who are established now, they came through, you know what I'm saying? So this one is called I'm Not a DJ, the Essential I remix. And this was DJ Bullet and the Divine Brothers, you know what I'm saying? Those that know from that era will tell you that this is the music. This was the music for the streets. I could write a book, a story about this stuff.
Sisters,
but pay attention.
You feel this song in your blood. I want you to tell me what you feel. Do you feel deep? I mean, do you feel the deep rhythm in your soul? I want to tell you guys something. Something that's been bothering me for a while now. Do you still remember back in the days when you would go out clubbing with your friends to go listen to those hot DJs? People like DJ Christos, Vinny Da Vinci, DJ Fresh, and the list still carries on and on and on and on. You see, back in the days, there weren't a lot of DJs. But right now, damn, now this is too much. Now everybody wants to be a DJ. Being a DJ is not about knowing how to get your pitch right. It's not about something you do just because your friends are doing it. No, it doesn't work like that. Not everyone is gifted in this planet. Not everyone has the ability to produce house music. Not everyone has the skills to make a party go crazy. Being a DJ means you got to have the love of music. You've got to breathe music. You've got to dream music. So now tell me something. Do you have what it takes to be a DJ? I'm not a DJ. I'm not a DJ. I'm not a DJ. I'm not a DJ. I'm just in love with house. House music is my life. House music is my everything. House music gives me joy. House music gives me happiness. House music keeps me dancing. Music is the way to live. Music is the way to breathe. Music is the way to live. Music is the way to breathe. Music is the way to live. Music is the way to breathe. Music is the way to live. Music is the way to breathe. I'm not a DJ. I'm not a DJ. I'm not a DJ. I'm not a DJ. I'm just in love with house. I'm not a DJ. I'm not a DJ. I'm not a DJ. I'm not a DJ. I'm just in love with house.
name is House. I see a girl across the street and I long to ask her out. So I begin to pull her strings, now she knows what I'm about. We begin to build our melody because love is in the air. On the spaces love we're making, and soon she'll have my air. My perception is that her conception will be born of magnificence. The magnificent beat we created could only bring forth innocence. Absolute pleasure continues to be our ultimate goal. So keep listening to our song to see it unfold. When alone, I'm so in tune to her that I feel her presence. As though fused with her soul, I manipulate her instruments. So cocooned in her love that without her I can't survive. It's a state of harmony so bliss one could never contrive. Reflecting back to the beginning of our affair, I started to remember the exact moment I looked beyond her eyes and knew I'd stay forever. I asked her name, she gave me a kick, threw her hi-hat and tore her blouse. There she was, naked and true. I know her name is House.
So that's the sounds of Fiso da Costa featuring Fizzy or Paisy. I can't remember how you pronounce his name, but I'm taking it back to 2008, 2009 time, you know what I'm saying? This was when Afro Deep, the deep on the streets was rocking. One day I'm gonna tell a story about this particular song. Got me into trouble with some industry people because I told them where to get off when they're trying to rob the young man, you know what I'm saying? But hey, that's just me. Fiso da Costa, based in South Africa, as a South African young man, or now he's a slightly older man now. And as life would take it, you know, music wasn't paying its way. But you know what he did? He studied, and I believe now he's a nuclear scientist in South Africa, or something along those lines, you know what I'm saying? So hope everything's going well for him, you know what I'm saying? Hope everything's going well for him. So, what else did I plan? You all will know producer, artist by the name Dark, Darque. Man, I love him to the core. You know what I'm saying? Like when I visited South Africa in 2014, you know, he was nothing but a gent to help me out. And you know, he was a good host when we went out and that kind of thing. But I want to take it back. I was going to play a different song, but I think this one is more fitting because it's the one song that we worked on together, as in he produced and that kind of thing. And then we released it on the label that I was running at the time, which was Paying Africa. This song also introduced me to the man that we call Kalo. This song is called Difference. See, it wasn't all so deep Afro back then. It was also soulful. those that remember, this was big, big, big. The remixes as well. Antidote, Kojo Akusa, Lele X. I'm gonna have to cut some of these short, you know what I'm saying? But let the vocals play in. This is one of my favorite tracks. Like really, really favorite tracks. Touch the soul, you know what I'm saying? Touch the soul.
Never leave you alone. I'll always be your friend. You're the greatest love I've been. As a king, I'm proud to have you as mine. You're the light that shines upon my darkest hour. And I believe in everything we are to be. Hey baby, the way you make me feel inside has got me going crazy, baby. Every time you call my phone, I get excited, girl, I misbehave. Oh hey, yeah. And to hear a voice inside my head say you love me
Makes my day.
I will never hurt your heart. I promise I will keep you safe. Oh hey, yeah. I wanna
Thank your mom and thank your dad. I believe they raised an angel.
I will never let you go.
Cause you're exactly what I prayed for.
You're the greatest love I know. Greatest love. As a king, I'm proud to have you as mine. Oh, my queen. You're the light that shines upon my dark.
It's not worth, baby.
And I believe in everything we are. Everything.
Okay, let's go. When you wake up in the morning, you will find your breakfast. I will never leave you lonely, baby, don't you worry. Baby, don't you waste your time trying to find another. Cause I will be there when you call. Baby, don't you leave me.
When you wake up first.
So this one carried me through a really dark time in my life.
Always be your, let me be your friend.
This one carried me through heartache, heartbreak. When I was falling out of music because of heartache, this one carried me through, you know what I'm saying? So it'll always have a special place in my heart. So we got two more. I'm gonna squeeze them in the next 5 minutes, and then I'll hand over to Asanda to say bye-bye.
You're the light that shines upon my darkest hour. And I believe in everything I believe.
So this next one's called Walk a Mile in My Shoes, or rather Walk a Mile. Cuba and Nathan X. I had so much plans for these guys. I had such a vision for them. They were going to be called Zungane, Zulu, and Shangane. But life has its own way of playing games, you know what I'm saying? Cuba still made it. He's doing his thing. Nathan X, I know you're going through a lot right now, homie. But whatever it is, trust me, it's gonna be okay. So this one was the Ultratone Into Deep remix. It's called Walk a Mile. do find some of this music. It's definitely out. This one's Cuba and Nathan X. Walk a Mile. The Ultratone Into Deep remix. So yes indeed, that's what it is. Look into my eyes and get a glimpse into my heart. If you think you could walk a mile in my shoes, you'd definitely be amazed, you know what I'm saying? In Ndebele, we say okungapheliyo kuyahlola. Like every good thing must come to an end, you know what I'm saying? And this is going to be me signing out one more. But I hope this is taking you through a journey of where I've been, get an understanding of who M.Patrick, Mtulisi Patrick, aka Studla Say Africa actually is, you know what I'm saying? We should do a documentary about this journey, I tell you. Netflix type of thing, you know what I'm saying? So before I sign out, I'm gonna say, so it's been a journey and a half, you know what I'm saying, over the years, and I can't be thankful enough, you know what I'm saying. But one thing I'm gonna say is, before I set off, there are people in the music industry that I need to say a shout out to, mainly because I'm going to play the next song. And that is the Godfathers of Deep House SA. I would be amiss if I did not have on my top 10 tracks, or top 12 tracks even. I think I did 10. But anyway, if I didn't play any one of the songs, because they also paved the way or helped me be the person that I am in the music industry today. So this one is actually called Deep House Prison, and I chose this particular one because I'm actually the one on the vocal. I heard this one last night. DJ Emmazy played this and I was like, whoa. But this one we call Deep House Prison. So it's the Godfathers of Deep House SA. And yours truly, M.Patrick. So Asanda, thank you very much. Thank you very much. I really, really hope your journey is fruitful. I wish you all the best in South Africa, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, reach out if you want to reach out, and I'll be glad to help you, you know what I'm saying? In the meantime, peace and love. EQ, thank you for locking in, you know what I'm saying? Oh yes, I did say that's me on the vocals. Pay attention, you'll hear that.
I'm a slave to house music, serving a sentence in a deep house prison. I'm a slave to house music and asked to judge for a life sentence. My crime, you may wonder, is a crime of passion towards the beat of the drum and infectious rhythm. I'm a slave to house music, serving a sentence in a deep house prison. I'm a slave to house music and I've asked the water to throw away the key. Anything but the deep is not worth living for me. I'm a slave to house music, serving a sentence in a deep house prison. As I sit and close my eyes, the nostalgia got me deep. I see a DJ and I know he got my beat. I serve but one master, the master he got me weak. I am a slave to house music, serving a sentence in a deep house prison. Don't feel for me because I'm as guilty as can be. I feel right here at home in this prison because I know house music will always be here for me.
It's in a deep house prison. 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 It's in a deep house prison.